Hi everyone. I thought about doing a little video about a point that came a lot into comments and messages about the gender thing versus the polarity thing. That's a very big one, and I will try to stay a bit compact into the explanation of it. The thing is that for most of us, since we're born, we've been set into a jail, which is the jail of the pink clothes and room or blue clothes and room. And the pink clothes baby play with this kind of toys, and the blue clothes baby play with those kind of toys. And we've been making a segregation in that way, a separation, and we've been pushing people to be more extreme in that polarity. I'm not blaming the past. History got its own reasons for making us go through this, though I'm looking forward trying to see what can we make different? How can we bring an uplifting in the next generation instead of repeating the same thing? It was important to separate men and women at a point in history, I'm sure of that. It was important to recognize the differences, I'm sure of that. But now it feels like not really helping, actually it's pushing downward instead of uplifting. In the same way with this understanding of the genders, which is a great thing, the understanding of gender is a great thing. We've been bringing forth, and now in the social media has been very omnipresent, like very tiring actually, this understanding of polarity, this beautiful concept of masculine and feminine polarity, the sacred union, and so on. And everyone on this sacred sexuality with blah blah blah. But there is here a huge misunderstanding is that people believe that, okay, we all agree in theory we all have this masculine and feminine, we all agree in theory, but still in practice actually the pink baby is more of a feminine thing and blue baby is more of a masculine thing. And here I call it big bullshit, which just makes me fed up actually. Why? Because this is a fucking jail. We are complaining because they put us in this pink and these blue clothes and we have these puppets or these little cars which may have been what we wanted or may not, because it's irrelevant about a pink baby should have a pink puppet or not. The thing is that a baby should have the toys that makes him evolve as he wants to evolve, or regardless of the color of his clothes and what is in between or not in between his legs. So when we get tired of this segregation, of this gender apartheid actually, and we say the women they are like this and the men they are like that, and we say on top of that we put the polarity game. I've been spending some time in a school, which I am very thankful for everything I've been learning there, but still there is things I detach a bit. In that school they were teaching men how to be masculine and women how to be feminine. Why? Because like this it creates polarity, which means it creates attraction, which is great. We all want to play with this attraction, or maybe not all, but most. The problem is that doing so it creates unconscious conditioning again that a man should be masculine and a woman should be feminine. And that sucks. Not because I think so, it sucks because all of us have moments of those two polarity. All of us have aspect of these two polarity. None of us is masculine. None of us is feminine. This is bullshit because there is what you show and what you don't show. There is what is most present, what is less present, what is subtle, what is obvious. And there is what's happening out, what's happening in, there is what's happening with that person, what's happening with that other person, there is what's happening now, what will be happening later on. It's just changing all the time. All the fucking time. There is no such things as one person being masculine, one person being feminine. No. There is one person right now being this proportion of masculine and feminine. Yes. So when you add this thing, which is very changing into one person, regardless of the gender, and you fix it onto the gender, oh my god, it's such a jail. The gender thing is already a jail in itself. So the gender thing plus the polarity is like, oh my god, this is almost a stigma of how I have to be and how I'm not allowed to be if I want to be accepted. And accepted first, and this is the most awful part, accepting by myself. Because when I make this segregation outside, I make this segregation inside. If somehow I believe a man should be like this and a woman should be like that, or not like this, like that, I definitely say that and think that and believe that because I believe this about me. And I'm myself putting myself into jail. I'm constrained. I cannot move anymore. I have to be this rigid character. Even if the rigid character is a very stormy one, it's still rigid in the storm. I cannot be anymore the other side. The misunderstanding and the confusion, the quiproquo of what is a polarity thing and what is a gender thing is creating most of our today wars in society. Like when you see the extreme feminist movement, and I am all for the feminism movement, it's not the question, but the extreme one is in itself, by definition, extreme. When I saw all those hashtag kill the man, hashtag step on the man, hashtag more powerful than man, what the fuck is that? This is a huge misunderstanding. It should be hashtag kill the unhealthy masculine, which is still not bad, to be educate the unhealthy masculine. But the idea is that instead of criticizing a polarity which is not well expressed in the world, they criticize a gender. And obviously this gender, most of them are not bad guys, so they react because they feel attacked and they feel offended, they feel not heard. And what they do, they react by accusing, stupidly enough, the other gender again. I remember seeing this video where there was 2 manifestations going on. It was just ridiculous. And one side of the street there was these people, mostly women, but not only, with signs on the street written, stop violence against women. And on the other side of the street there was mainly guys and some women there too, with a big sign written, stop violence against men. And somehow when you were watching it, they were kind of shouting at each other. I said, but are you realizing what you're doing? Because this is fucking stupid. Can you not just put a sign in the middle and say, stop violence? Because it is not a gender thing. Stop the unhealthy, violent masculine to oppress the repressed feminine. In all of us. In all of us. It's not a gender thing. It's a polarity thing. And when we assimilate the gender to a polarity, we create such a huge segregation. We push half of the world away from us. And the worst thing is that pushing half of the world away from us, we push half of us away from our life experience. We are ourselves constrained and blocked and limited in a certain capacity of life experience, not full capacity, not full potential, far from it. What would happen if we disconnect the idea of gender and the idea of polarity? Gender understanding is amazing. Yes, physically, hormonally, men and women are very different. Psychologically, there is also many differences. At many ways, there is many differences. Yes, it's nice to understand the difference because it can unite. It can make us understand each other and communicate better. The polarity is the same. Understanding the difference between masculine and feminine allows us to see the difference, and ultimately the purpose is to have unity, sacred union, not holy separation. It's about sacred union, getting together, inside first of all, and by extension, outside. So if we stop to make the quiproquo of gender and polarity, what will happen is that one can be him or herself, as he is or as she is right now, and changing every moment as it is wanted. This is the capacity of freedom, of being who we want to be, not because we should, not because society says, or not because we believe, but because this is what's real and alive now. And the first need for that is to cut those wired misconception of gender and polarity. So yeah, there is so much more to say about gender and polarity, realizing that before being men and women, we are human, and this is what unites us. If we could start from here instead of starting from bad parts of it. So yeah, I hope this video have been inspiring some of you and making think about some of you. If you already think you're clear, still have a second thought, how much are you assimilating some quality with men and with women? And are you able to work on shifting the word men and women with feminine and masculine, realizing that we all have this? In the same way, it's not a woman is emotional and a man is rational. Or it's not a woman is a flow and a man is stability. No, this is a polarity thing. Meaning, we both have it. It's not like men are not emotional. Yes, men are emotional as much as women, though they don't access it that easily and that often. But that's a polarity thing, not a gender thing. Very different. Men have a lingam. That's a gender thing. Women have boobs. That's a gender thing. And then to that, we can dig and go into the transgender game now. So I'm opening a new door, which is not for this video anyway, but to understand what it is. So let's drop the gender thing for a while. Let's stay with the polarity for what it is, an understanding of the different flavors and qualities of every single aspect of life. That being said, I hope this video was helpful and inspiring to some of you, and being a man, a woman, in between, beyond those characteristics, being right now in the masculine, feminine, and all of this storming, much love to you.